What is going on, everybody? I'm back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be comparing a Star Firebird to a Nate Sexton 2021 Firebird. It is worthy to note that this is 168 grams versus 173 grams. Hole 1 is 315 feet. I'm going to be throwing a forehand at it. We're going to start with the Nate Sexton Firebird. Typically, I would throw this shot on a slight anti-release to flat. So that's what we're going to try to do here. A little bit of a headwind. My body probably hates me because I never stretch before I do this stuff. Nice straight, but look at that fade. Man, I love that flight. That's the reason I love that Firebird so much, because I needed something straighter than my Thunderbird, and that goes straighter but still has a predictable fade for my forehand. Now we have the Star, 168 grams. This should be quite interesting if it flies similar to that. Oh my God, it's flippy. Holy moly. What? That does not fly like a Firebird. Like, not even close. I thought it might be a little similar to the Nate Sexton one, considering it is, you know, it is semi-understable, at least for a Firebird, but no. Now, I didn't mention, but the Nate Sextons are Champion Glow. The Champion Glow has a one-stroke lead right off the bat, although hole 2 is 530 feet all the way down there. I think the Star Firebird is going to have a little bit of an advantage, although we do have kind of a headwind, but I think I can throw it a little bit further. Good Lord, that thing actually flips up really nicely, like surprisingly. I didn't throw it as far as I would have liked to. I definitely slipped out the T-pad on both of those shots. They might have went about the same distance, which is a little bit unfortunate. If you've been on the channel, you know this is also a weather channel in Ohio, and today is actually supposed to be pretty nice. Sunny, wind is down, and I think it's about 45 right now. A little bit chilly, but once it warms up, you're gonna be pretty happy. Trying to decide if I just want to throw Ward in here just to hopefully get up and down, because this Star one definitely needs a birdie. Oh, leaked it out left. That's really not the Firebird's fault. That's just Max throwing bad up shots, which is pretty normal. No, I did the same thing. I literally did the same thing. Sit down. All right, that's a little bit better. It's at least out of the woods. That's probably a better birdie look than the first one. Identical shots. This one is for the Sexton Firebird, and then just left of me until woods is gonna be for the Star. This is a putt that I should make at least 1 out of 2. Go. That's ridiculous. All right, see if my theory is correct. At least 1 out of 2, although this is a straddle, which is my worst putt. If you're playing me and I have a straddle putt, you're welcome. Go. See what I'm saying? It's always short. Taking a couple of unfortunate pars on this one. I never like the par of this one. It really just feels kind of shitty, to be honest with you. It doesn't feel good parring that hole, but a par is better than a bogey. Moving on to hole 3. Hole 3 is going to be in short position, so it's only 260 feet. It is slightly uphill. Both of these discs should be able to get the job done if thrown correctly. I have to go with the Sexton first, which is just probably the more consistent disc. Yeah, that is so good. Get up there. This one I'm going to put on a little extra hyzer, hoping it just pops up and just stays flat and hyzers to the basket. No, man. I'm struggling with the Star Firebird right now, which is funny because I feel like I should be able to throw that one better on backhands because it is less stable and with my backhand power. But going from a stable disc to a more understable disc is definitely a little more touchy, and you start thinking about it a little bit more. Oh my gosh. I can't say that I am mad about the effort. The effort was there. This tree is making it super awkward. There we go. That's 2 strokes for the Sexton Firebird. Just a more consistent disc right now, if we're being honest. Is a more consistent disc a more stable disc for you guys, or is it just a little bit more understable? Obviously, if you have a stable disc and you put it on the right line, you know it's just gonna fade every single time. But if you have an understable disc and you're able to throw it maybe on that perfect hyzer angle, or you really have your angles down, that could be just as consistent. So what do you guys think about that? Would you rather throw some flex shots with a stable disc, knowing that it's gonna fight out of it, or are you very comfortable throwing that understable hyzer flip? We are halfway through this challenge. The Nate Sexton has a 2-stroke lead. Going into hole 4, which is literally my kryptonite, it's 370 feet. Gotta throw it dead straight, and for whatever reason, I have a big problem with doing that. Going with the Star Firebird here. Oh my goodness, for once in my life, I did it. Go, baby, go. Tell me why that flew so well. Hopefully I can reward it with a good birdie putt, but oh my. I'm gonna go with a little bit more of a flex shot, hopefully with the Sexton Firebird. Oh, it's just too low. Good angle. Would have really benefited me if I ate before coming here. I am kind of starving right now. Not literally, but I'm very hungry. And drop. My upshots really are not looking pretty today. Did throw a pretty good shot with the Star Firebird. If this hole is actually 370 feet, this was probably about 350. You know, I really can't complain about. Come on. Perfect. So, -1 and -2. Sexton Firebird still in the lead. Hole 5, par 4, 485 feet. Do have to start off with the Nate Sexton. This really isn't a scary shot for the Nate Sexton Firebird because since there is OB right, this is pretty stable. It really should fight away from that road. The Star Firebird where it gets a little shady, because if I do turn this over, I really don't think it's coming back all that much. In fact, I just threw it like 200 feet. That was an awful, awful shot. I'm sorry you even had to witness that. There we go. Look at that shot. Why am I starting to really like that flight? Come on, push, 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 push. I think that's where the Sexton comes in handy because I'm fully confident in forehanding and backhanding that disc. Now, if that was the Star Firebird, I'd be very scared. This is pretty much where I want to land if I'm throwing my actual bag, which I did definitely pull that. Maybe that's why I like this course, is because you can throw awful tee shots and still have a chance to get birdie. That was for the Champion Glow, Nate Sexton. That is a -2 to -3. Going into the last hole, we have a 1-stroke lead with the Nate Sexton. All right, hole 6 is 275 feet. Now, honestly, it's more of a chip shot with distance drivers where you wanted to skip in there. There is one that I need to throw a good shot with right now. It is the Star Firebird. Oh my god, oh, the skip. I just didn't put it wide enough. Hopefully I didn't stand right in the way of that shot. I probably did. That is definitely in the long position at 310 feet and I hardly threw it. Come on. Oh. Grass is just way too thick. I threw that way too light, expecting some ground play, and the grass is just super thick and wet. I just need to throw it harder. That was dumb. Oh man, what the heck to do here? Trust myself throwing a forehand with my Warden that I always putt with? Probably not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. All right, so what it comes down to is this putt has to go in. It's clear that I'm gonna get a par with the Champion Glow through 2 terrible shots, so I'll be surprised if you're still here on the video. But this is to tie it all up, go dead even through the whole entire challenge. Nope, too low. Almost missed it, but I knew I probably wasn't going to. All right, guys, that is gonna do it for my challenge between Champion Glow versus Star Firebirds. Now, it's kind of funny because at the beginning of the video, I was definitely throwing the Champion Glow a lot better. It is the more consistent Firebird in all. I mean, to be honest with you, this Star Firebird doesn't really fly like a Firebird at all, in my opinion. I would honestly recommend the 2021 Nate Sextons to that amateur forehand player. I mean, my forehands, I would say, is pretty good, but I don't have like a crazy amount of distance. I can't throw it 400 feet consistently, but I love how straight this is with that consistent fade. It really does a good job in that slot for my bag. That being said, at the end of the video, I was honestly throwing this Star Firebird really well. I kind of figured out that hyzer release, which in all honesty is my best release angle, especially for my backhand. But I honestly started liking how this was just flipping up to flat and kind of just going dead straight with very minimal fade. It's kind of sweet. This is definitely gonna be toyed around with in the wind a little bit more, being so light. And also, I'm just curious, are all Star Firebirds that are around the 168 grams, do they all fly like this, or is this just kind of off the beaten trail here and a little bit different? I have no idea. But that's gonna do it for this challenge. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you on the next one.